Yo, what's good, gang? It's me. I'm doing a CNA this time because me and Armin have kind of been in the lab for a few days, coming up with a new SI strategy, or I guess like philosophy. You can call it either or. And Glyph tried it himself. So close. We'll see. All right. I have never seen this run before. I don't know where it's going. So this is like first time reaction stuff. And mic's on. I'll probably turn it down a little bit. So there's ladder rate. This is a pretty good seed to run. You don't really want to use the surface stone though. So let me like real quickly get into what I'm looking at, I guess, before I give advice. Basically, right? This quote unquote monotasking, I guess, is you do things in a rigid order, depending on the tool. So you first go down into cave and you mine everything in cave. Then you chop down all the trees. Then you get all the sand, or you can get the sand and then trees, whichever is fine. For the trees and sand, you probably should also have your sword on you to kill zombies. You don't really do that with the pickaxe though, and if I like see him do what I'm thinking about, I'll tell you why. But if he doesn't, I'll just tell you at the end. Anyway, so that's kind of the idea. You just have to get lucky, and in return, you do a lot less like menuing. Your menus take less time. You usually do it less. It just saves time like that. So if you're able to keep your bar not filling up, it's technically the most optimal thing you can do if you just get everything you need, which is pretty whatever. So who really knows? I'm turning down just a little bit more. So we'll see if Glyph nails the idea here. Just getting some stone, you know how it is. There's a little bit of stone top right there. Should definitely make the freaking bench in cave, like 100%. This strategy, if you try to do it on surface, it's pretty bad. It's not as good, I don't think, personally. Rust stone pickup, but that is what it is. Yeah. This is just a little bit of fumbling. It's nothing that's like too extreme. Now you should, literally without trying to do anything else, just mine all the stone, all the iron, all the gems you'll ever need, and then go and make the tools. And then after that, like, if you want to kill zombies down here, I think there's one up there you can, but, you know. So, yeah. It's just going to be sitting around and waiting a little bit. In the meantime, I guess I'll talk a little bit. Ariman first came up and, like, basically tried to test like doing EBM versus just like holding down the button, and holding down the button like for him was like half a second faster. I'm still not entirely sure. Okay, killing the zombie there is interesting, but you did it fast enough. It's fine. You don't want to do that for the record, because guess what he did? Um, let's see. Is it like right about here? Hold on. Or yeah, he's gonna do it like right here. You go down 3. You want to never do that with a strategy. You never want to have to press down 3 for a menu, like literally ever, at all. That's the beauty of this. You literally never do that throughout the entire run if you do it right. And if you get everything you ever need with pick beforehand, you don't. So you only need to remember the top 3 tools at any point, which is easier to remember. Also faster because you spend less time in menus. So if you suck at menus, you'll probably love this strat, because you barely have to think. Maybe you want your sword in like the slot below whatever tool you're doing at that time. You only need to go down to the third one like a few times if you do it optimally, but you probably will expect to do it like 4, so maybe 5 times. But like, yeah, it's pretty nice. But Glyph here, newly piloting the strat. I won't blame him for doing that, but that's just kind of something you try to avoid with this, for the sake of optimization. And I'm not saying that like it was an extremely bad mistake. I mean, that probably took up like freaking 15 frames or something, but you also don't want to do that. Like trying to reset 4 zombies at this point, you're still trying to move stuff around with 4 tools in your inventory, which makes the menus take longer and therefore is worse. You just want to get lucky. So expected from someone who's newly piloting the strat after doing a bunch of multitasking and thinking they use every tool at every moment. But yeah, that's not how this like thought process works for this like philosophy slash strategy slash whatever. So for further reference or future reference. Yep, got everything. So now you never need to use the pickaxe ever again. That's what this strat is all about. Checkboxing, so to speak, all of your tools. And once he pulls the sword out, which by the way, multiple times, I think it was the fourth one. I think the axe might have been the fourth one too. Hold on. No, it was the third one. Okay. And the sword is the third one, but he pulls out the shovel here. So it's the fourth one? Yeah. And I think I kind of want to see how many times he picks the fourth one in like a different run, because every single time that happens, you would save time if you didn't do it, which this strat does for menus. And not to mention, since you basically only want to do trees or sand and swing a sword, you only go down like to the third one a few times, which is not happening here, but you know, call it a variation, I guess, if you want to do that and knock them all three out at the same time. It's, you know, newly in development. I do want to point out it was actually impressive he missed that tree the amount of times he did. It's like kind of hard to hit that. Hold on. One, two, three. Yeah. I think 3 or 4 times. That was just kind of nutty to witness right there. That's not to make fun of you, by the way, Glyph. That's just actually insane that that happened to you. It really shouldn't have. And you're almost done with trees. You could probably get like 1 or 2 more zombies, is my thinking, and then you go back to ladder. Yeah, like now you should be going back to ladder, which I think you are. Well, no, you saw a zombie. Fair enough, fair enough. But now your bar's full for a while. So this like little trip here loses time. You also went to the pickaxe. I think that was a fourth. So 3 so far, I'm pretty sure. And it would save time on all of these. Yeah, you're just doing sand now. Very typical. You also typically don't do resets that much with sand. If like the surface had more sandable stuff, I'd see it, but honestly, just finish your sand and cave. That's what the strat prefers in a seed like this. If you have one where there's a ton of open sand fields, then it's like perfectly fine because you're, you know, doing both at once. But just making like the furnace and stuff after doing sand in like one go around is probably what the strat prefers. I don't know whether it's more optimal or not versus like doing a bunch of resets. Probably like more consistent to try for resets, but for this seed, I don't think it's too friendly to that. We'll just let him keep going, get a couple zombies, and then I think there's only one zombie up there, and then shouldn't really try to go back up. Did anyway. I think that was because of the sand collection, though. I don't think it was because of like you know, he wanted to do that. Couple zombies up here, very nice. I will say, if you do want to do zombie resets, just go up and then immediately back down. That's probably better, because you'll do the stuff you want. Like if you want to get zombies, like that's better. And yeah, slide menu error, it's fine. 504. I think that it's super cool to see you trying the strategy out. I think you're a little too used to multitasking at the moment, but given a few days, you should be like really in the swing of just fully committing. Um, I'm not sure how much you'll enjoy like not zombie resetting. This strategy really does not like you doing that. Um, if you still want to zombie reset like you're multitasking, I'd say find seas that have like good sand surfaces, and then you can do that. Or you just make a habit of going up and then immediately back down and not worrying about the surface zombies, because this strategy only wants to do surface zombies once everything else is done, right? Like you finish your sand and you know the trees are already done and stuff. You like take out your furnace, make all the stuff, then you go to surface, then pull out your sword and hope that there's like 10 there. That's like basically what the strategy asks of you. There's a few times where like, you know, while you're walking around the surface and getting trees, you know, like you can kill zombies there. You can maybe get 1 or 2 resets out of like trees, but like generally you're not going to. And for sand, unless you're doing it in cave and looking for zombies in cave, it's not really going to do that much good for you. Or unless there's good sand surface, you pretty much just commit at the very end to killing zombies. Like the you know, insane paces that have been known to happen with multitasking, like 345 with only zombies and stuff. Um, or maybe that was, I guess that was multitasking because people weren't really doing anything else at that point. But those paces for this strategy, they are intended, right? That is your goal, is to get everything else done pretty quickly, kill enough zombies early on, and then you commit at the very end and you roll the dice. That's the whole idea. You have to grind a lot more, but I think you gave it a pretty good effort considering that you just heard about the strategy probably like a few hours ago. And you're getting a pretty good idea of it. But yeah, so to those of you that want a very short kind of like summary of how this works, um, you only make the other stone tools after you mine everything you need in cave. So all the gems, all the iron, all the stone, and then you never touch the pick again. You then try to get rid of all the sand or all the trees next while killing zombies, and you do the same thing with the other. And then at the very end, you probably have like, 10 or so more ichor left to get, and then you just go for that. If you want to try to reset during the collection of other resources, you do that during the sand and trees a couple times at most. It's going to be really hard to get more than that out. Well, with sand, you could probably like do a lot for cave. So if you like open caves more, you'll probably want to reset like that because the strategy generally prefers a closed cave for mining. So you probably should make up that time with zombie resets like that. And I hope this has helped you out, Glyph. I hope that people that aren't entirely sure what the frick is happening is well informed now about quote unquote monotasking. There is one more thing too I kind of want to bring up. Let me see like when he's in cave. Yeah, okay, this is good. So I want to talk about slithering or snaking. The idea here is that you mine this stone from here. So you mine diagonally, but you don't fully mine it. You hit it like twice. Then you mine this one and then hit that one once. Or you can finish mining that one and then hit this one. Both are pretty like it doesn't change too much because then what you do is you do the exact same to the opposite side here and here. So it doesn't bounce like all over the place too much. Um I think with stone, you just like finish mining this one, finish mining this one. It's fine, right? You can do this with iron too, pretty conceivably, but I would recommend doing 6 hits on the iron ore before it. Very rarely the iron will break from that, but not usually. Then mine this one, or I guess actually the way this example would work. Yeah, I got it right. You do this one 6, then this one until it breaks, then mine this one a couple times, and then this won't fly out everywhere. This one could, but it's the one you mine later, so it's fine. Just kind of helps with drops consistency and stuff. And with this strategy, where you're committing at the very first few minutes to only doing this, like you're just mining all the time, I think this type of thing is like, it means way more, you know? It's not like multitasking where you sometimes try to mine like a couple things and then go do something else. Here, you're just committing to it, so making that easier is better. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So, freaking keep going at this, King. Glyph, I think you can be an incredible, like monotasker, I guess. I think it might fit your blood. If this kind of suits you, like you've not really been able to, like, oh, mine gems, then go up and then do trees while also killing zombies, and then you need to do sand to get back to the ladder. If that type of thinking just like messes you up, I'd recommend trying this. Like, it's a different way to play SI. It requires a bit more grinding, but like that probably doesn't bother too many SI players. They're already doing that. But anyway, uh, that's about it.